Hey guys, just wanted to say I'm still donating 50% of the profits of my channel to the United Cajun Navy. They do such amazing work, and it is such an honor to support them. It's all made possible by you, my viewers. We have an amazing story here for you today, and if you like it, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, comment your thoughts down below, and subscribe for more. I'm really hoping to get to 10K subscribers by the end of the year. Now on to the story.
Second account post, 2.5 months from OG post. Title: Am I the a-hole for removing my son from my will after our relationship ended? I really don't think I'm wrong, but I just need reassurance that I'm doing the right thing. I, F50s, have a son, David, 30s, who is married to be 20s. They have a daughter who is 4 months old, and my son has a daughter from a previous relationship who is 10. B and I had a falling out after their baby was born, and my son and granddaughters got caught in the crossfire. The falling out happened in March, and I know I did and said things I wasn't proud of, and although she hasn't apologized, I'm sure she feels the same way. It would be too long to go over the history, but at the most extreme point, I did consult a lawyer for grandparent rights. During this time, my son had no contact with me, but when I dropped the grandparents' rights case, I asked for things to go back to normal. My son expressed that he wanted things to go back to normal, but that a lot of damage had been done, and he really didn't know if we could go back to normal. For Mother's Day, my daughter decided to take me out to dinner, and she begged David to go and bring the baby. Oldest was with Mom. David eventually did agree on the condition it wasn't on Mother's Day, and he, the baby, and B came. B was quiet most of dinner, but did talk to my daughter a few times. I guess they have a pretty good relationship. B held the baby the entire time and wouldn't let me hold or take pictures. Part of the falling out was over pictures and Facebook, so I found this to be petty. Overall, I would have called dinner a success. At the end, I hugged my son and told him I was proud of him for putting his foot down and coming to dinner with his daughter, and that I hoped he could continue to do that. Looking back, I know I shouldn't have said anything. My son called me later that night and told me that he couldn't continue to have a relationship with me. He said that B was their child's mother, and he wouldn't ever bring the baby anywhere without her blessing. I was drunk when he called because I have had a hard time coping, and I admit I lost it a little bit on the phone call and told him it was despicable that he couldn't man up to his wife, and that he should have come to see me on Mother's Day because I am his mother. He ended up hanging up on me. I called the next day and profusely apologized to him. I know it was wrong of me to have said what I did, and I told him I want a relationship with him. He told me he couldn't do this with me anymore. I have been heartbroken ever since, but I understand, I guess. I called him last night and told him that I wouldn't be contacting him or his wife anymore ever, and that I respected that we wouldn't have a relationship. I also let him know I would be taking him off as my power of attorney and out of my will so he never had to be bothered with anything from me again. I don't have much anyways. He got mad at me and called me a sorry excuse of a mother, and now my daughter is saying I'm manipulative. I really don't understand how I was wrong in giving him what he wants. Relevant comments. Editor's note: people figure out pretty quickly that she is the same woman as the other posts. The scenarios, ages, and the way she often spells would with a K as a mistype. That and her overall tone. You need therapy. I have been in therapy to help deal with this trauma. I've been told that I need to respect his boundaries, so this feels like I am. Why would I want someone who doesn't care about me making medical decisions for me? He's also expressed I'm a hoarder, and I don't have money, so I don't know why he would want to be bothered with stuff in a will. Someone links the daughter-in-law's post. Again, OOP of that requested that it not be reshared, so I will not be reading it here, and asks if she really threatened to commit self-delete if she didn't see the baby. No, I said I wanted to self-delete because I felt like I had no one. While I was on a hold for 72 hours and received treatment, I got set up with my therapist to help deal with some of the trauma both from what's happening now and past issues. I had a psychotic break. This is one of the actions I truly regret. Update post to AITA. AITA wouldn't let me post an update due to my post being violent, so here we are. After someone posted a link to what I believe is my daughter-in-law's Reddit posts, and I read some of the verbal beatings I got, I did some more reflection. I feel like her perspective of events really helped shift my view. I do want to point out there are several people who told me I was not wrong and that this younger generation has a poor view of family values. I really believe I was judged so harshly because there are so few parents and grandparents on Reddit. I went to my son and daughter-in-law's house, but it was mostly empty. I was afraid of this after reading her post and some of the comments. I found the listing and it's been posted for almost a week and is currently pending, but I can't find where they moved to and all the photos are of the house mostly empty. I suspect they bought it under an LLC, so I am currently trying to figure out how to find out the name of the LLC and then find the house. I talked to one of their neighbors and they said they moved most of their stuff out around the beginning of May, so my son kept this from me for quite a while and didn't even bother to mention it at dinner. I had a meeting with my therapist to help me through this, but I'm still a wreck. My son has just disappeared. I know everyone here is looking through my small 3,000-character limited posts, and my daughter-in-law's long gripes about me, but my son wouldn't do this on his own. His wife is absolutely manipulative, but it doesn't change the fact I handled this all wrong and drove him further away. If I would have just sought out a relationship with my son and granddaughters without B, I don't think I would be here. I should have just played nice. One commenter said it when they asked me, do you want to be right, or do you want to have a relationship with your son and granddaughter? And I chose wrong. My therapist told me to give myself some healing time before pursuing anything, but for now my plan is to just save some money and hire a private investigator to find my son and then rebuild my relationship and his trust so we can work to get him out from under her. Again, I recognize I was wrong in some of this. I recognize I was overly demanding and critical. I was wrong in some of this. But I didn't deserve this. People who use kids and grandkids as pawns are evil. I will probably continue to seek advice, but it certainly won't be from this account. And to whoever linked my other posts from my other account and told my daughter-in-law about the screw you. Comment from OOP after Crush posted to screw everyone here. I am far from being a devil. I am not evil. The person who is evil is the one who took my family completely away from me. My daughter-in-law has completely manipulated my son. I'll admit I was far from perfect, but I don't deserve what you people are saying about me. I hope one day you guys feel what it's like to lose your child and grandchild to a manipulative person who just wants to cut their family off. Update. Same day as previous post, before deletion of second account, now deleted. I am currently in the process of moving and have moved all of my things out of my old house and into my newly purchased home, leaving my old home empty until it sells. I had a neighbor that had a squatter issue a few years back, and I'm concerned that with my house being empty, someone will break in and try to claim squatters' rights. Is this possible in Indiana, and would it stop the sale of the house? New update post. 1 year, 5 months later. 1 year, 7 months from OG post. Title: Can I sue to get my son's ashes? My son passed away earlier this year. We had a really rocky relationship over the last year or so, which was mainly caused by his wife. They separated after he had a work-related accident that caused a TBI and had lasting effects on his personality, and she basically decided she couldn't do it and told him to get lost. They were separated when he passed away, but I don't know if divorce had been officially filed for. They had 2 children together supposedly, and he has an older daughter from a previous relationship. When I received the news of his death, I was able to see him before she had him cremated, and I requested some of his ashes from the funeral home, but my wishes were not honored, and I didn't want him cremated either, but obviously that wish was not honored either. I have reached out about a number of things, including his ashes and some belongings, and she is not willing to part with any of it even though they were separated. She claims that they should go to his supposed children along with all life insurance policies he had and his work settlement. I say supposed children because I have reason to believe her children are not his. Can I sue for his ashes and belongings? Is there a way to have a paternity test done so that way his belongings and ashes can go to his sister and I if we are the only living relatives? I don't understand why she would get them if they were separated and she abandoned him, and I feel like his actual living relatives would be entitled to everything. I am in Indiana, but they were located in Vermont. Some of OOP's comments all downvoted. Commenter: if the breakdown was his wife's fault, why did he not reach out once separated? How do you know they were separated, and how long was it for? OOP: he did reach out before they were separated after his injury. His injury made him be able to stand up to her finally. I know they won't replace my son, but I would still like some things to remember him by. I will not be able to have a relationship with her or the kids if they are even his because she nuked our relationship after giving birth to her oldest and did the same for me and his other daughter's mom. Commenter: the way you talk about your supposed grandchildren really doesn't sit right with me. Makes me think like you were to blame for the falling out, not her. If the supposed children were good enough for your son, that should be enough for you to treat them as such regardless of how you feel. Also, he's left children. That money will help with them. I want to feel sorry for you as you have lost your son, and I can't even begin to fathom that. But you just give out mean girl energy. OOP. I can't treat them anyway because their mother won't let me around them and have convinced oldest mother as well. She has gotten everything including the last time with him and stole a year and a half of his life from me and she abandoned him. Commenter, I'm beginning to see why she doesn't want you anywhere near her kids. OOP, because it's a lot easier to just only have her family in her life and she is selfish and evil and decided to tear my family apart over a personality clash and petty trivial things. Commenter, supposed kids, you mean your grandchildren? This post screams you just are about the money. OOP, I don't just want money, I just don't think it should go to her. I would like some of his things because I would like some things to remember him by. He built things I would like to remember and have, and things he got from my mother I would like back. I have reason to believe they aren't his kids. To a deleted commenter. Thank you for commenting. His beneficiaries just automatically get everything? His wife made us estranged and I blame her for him being dead, and I just don't think it's fair she gets everything after leaving my son because of his disability, including the settlement money from his job when they finish settling. He died alone in a hotel because she wouldn't take care of him and was punishing him for talking to me after his injury made him stand up to her. Edit to the post. How nice of you all to make fun of someone who has lost their child. You all need to take a hard look in the mirror at who the devil is here. I have been shut down at every turn for the last year and have to have a relationship with my son and his children, and now a part of me is dead. I am grieving everything and just trying to be able to get a piece of my son so I have something to feel close to him. Disgusting of you all.
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe for more stories like this, and comment your thoughts down below.